Hey guys, this is a Homestead Wind 2 with the optional power downlight. I picked this up over the weekend. A real good friend of mine that's done me a lot of favors has been telling me that he's wanted a wind with a downlight for I think months now. He's been saying that every time I talk to him. And much like another friend with the cast HRSs, you keep asking for it, sooner or later it'll turn up, and this did. It cost way more than I would have normally paid, but since I know my friend wanted it, picked it up. It's not in the most amazing shape, but it actually looks really good from a distance. You have to go up close to see the little scratches and stuff. So I'm very pleased. It's complete except for the mounting bracket, but I actually found a Hampton Bay mounting bracket that will work perfectly if you just drill a second hole to be able to attach the canopy. The down rod ball fits in, and the canopy is the right size, and one of the canopy screws already lines up. I didn't see a tag with any current rating. There probably is one. I didn't see it. It uses the same motor that all 6-blade spinner motor Homesteads use, made by Halsey. So let's check it out. This will be my first time testing a wind. Low. I just remembered that family that lived a couple blocks from my parents had this exact fan, but in 42 inch or 44 inch or whatever the smaller size was in their breakfast area, with the power downlight and same finish, white with black accents. You haven't told me what you thought of it yet, Andy. You got any comments on the wind?
I kind of like it. I'd say it's probably not one of my favorite fans, though. I tend to like the more traditional-looking fans better.
I would agree with you, but one of these with no optional light, or if I could ever find it, the optional spotlight, like a 4 spotlight kit that they came with that looked like track lighting, in a metal finish, especially like a polished brass or a black chrome or a gunmetal or something like that, is a pretty freaking cool fan.
Yeah, this is one of those fans that, in the right setting, it would look great.
Yeah, I have 2 in polished brass, and I was looking for a setting for them at 12 wings, and I couldn't find one. If I ever get to work there again, then I might keep an eye on that, because I'd like to find a place for them. At 79 amps on high, it is moving some air. I've always been told that these were extremely good air movers, and I wondered what set them apart from the other 6-blade Homesteads, because they all use the same motor. Maybe it's just the shape of the blade. But that is definitely moving air. I'm going to try to see if I can tell back here. Andy's kind of blocking the airflow, aren't you? So that's interesting. Like that, right underneath it is more of a breeze than some of the other fans we've tested recently, and I step back and I don't get a whole lot from it. I'd say it was the wind outside and the rain fighting against it, but that gable fan isn't moving.
Yeah, it's doing all the air moving there is being done in here right now.
That's true. I like the cloth pull cord. I like cloth pull cords in anything. Maybe that's because I love Dayton Lascaux so much that anything that reminds me of one.
It's really raining now.
What'd you say?
Said it's really raining now. You can hear it.
I gotta go back and find. There were some videos I did where it was like thunderstorming and just really coming down hard. And man, I was surprised that anybody could hear me talk. For all I know, they couldn't hear me talk.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like it though. I love the sound of rain.
Yeah.
So I don't mind that it's. Just wonder how much of it picks up in the camera. This part, the nose of it on this one looks like a Muppet. Looks like the Phenomena Muppet, and this looks like teeth to me, where you can kind of see the blade irons. Looks like the fan has teeth. Long spin down time. probably put this in my car too when we're done, because then I can pack it and ship it maybe tomorrow. Good God, is it still on? No.
Might have a surprise speed like
Yeah.
that Emerson.
Yeah, Andy didn't know that the pre-1895, we're calling it, was 4-speed. And so he swore to me that he turned it off, but in fact he did not.
It was still going.
Yes, you were tricked.
Yes.
You were flim-flammed and bamboozled. The fan outsmarted you.
Well, Homestead did make some fans that were 4 or 5 or 6 speed, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think the Comfort Flow is what, 5 speed?
Comfort Flow is 5-speed. The 4-wind is 4-speed. Whisper fans are infinitely variable. I was just playing with the light there. Homestar is 6-speed. It's an IntelliTouch copy. And Superfan was okay, what are we doing? We're doing the regular speeds in reverse. Superfan was infinitely variable. Yeah, they didn't have anything on a pull chain that was more than 3. Everything. And Philip Seymour Hoffman in that?
Yeah, he was Dusty.
Yeah. He was phenomenal in anything. Really great loss.
Yes. That was actually a relatively minor role for him. That might have been before his breakout.
I'm sure it was. But he was memorable enough that I remember that he was in it.
Yeah.
Something's vibrating a little bit. Probably that light bulb is not seated all the way. So really, I don't know why they couldn't just use a regular power bulb that screws in. That would have made it too easy. It's not like you can go down to Menards and get one of these. Do you even know what that's called?
No.
I don't either. I used to know. Did I reverse it already?
Yeah, we did the speeds in reverse.
I mean, did I then after that did I put the switch back?
Hard to say.
I don't remember. It would have been like 10 seconds ago, but
I wasn't watching you. So.
and I wasn't. If I did it, it was just on autopilot. So I'm gonna assume.
And it's not. It's a sideways switch, so you can't be sure.
Well, even sometimes the up and down ones are backwards, what you would expect, which could be a difference in manufacturers. It could be just whatever 5-year-old Chinese kid is assembling it. Didn't get enough Cheerios that day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna assume that it's now going the proper direction. We'll rectify that expeditiously, if not. It wasn't such a pain to get in and out of there. I'd take the bulb out to show people who may not have owned a Win. Maybe I can do it when the video's done. Or, at the end of the video, rather. Still going. Okay, so Chris, if you're watching, if you want the slowest possible low speed with the fan pull chain set to high, you need a 2 microfarad capacitor, which there is no wall control that has a 2 microfarad capacitor, so you would have to make one, or use a decade box like I did. So that's with the fan pull chain on high and a 2 microfarad capacitor. Okay? So you can select your other speeds. I'm going to go through these real slow. That's 3 microfarad. This is where the low speed would be if you got one of those Emerson 4, 7, 11 controls. 5. This would be where the low speed would be if you had just a generic 4-speed control, like the Casablancas. 7. This would be your medium low if you got one of the Emerson controls. 8. Show you how to build that control. You want to make it yourself, but you're limited in terms of that's how that speed has to be derived. So that's 15. That's your high if you use your Casablanca control. Now, rather than go all the way up as I would normally, well, I guess we'll kind of skip through it. I know you're not going to want anything higher than 15. 16. By the way, we're at 0.6 amps. 17. 18. 19. 20, 21, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 40 is really no different from high. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop it back. I don't know. When we've talked about you making your own controls, we haven't talked about whether or not you'd be happy getting your slow low speed by having the fan on low. So let's set the fan to low. 2. Yep. You can, once again, your slowest low speed with this comes from a 2 microfarad. Off, high, and that's still the 2 microfarad, just negligibly faster. So yeah, I guess then medium, low, 2, 3, 4. This would be what your low speed would look like if you used one of those Emerson controls and then had the fan on low. 5. This would be what your low speed would look like if you used your Casablanca control and had the fan on low. 11. That's your medium high if you use the Emerson control and had the fan on low. 12, 13, 14, 15. This is your medium high if you use the Casablanca control and had the fan on low. And we'll skip ahead. This is just the fan on low. There we go. 0.21. Turn, still kind of noisy. 8 for the turn. 8 for the turn. 8 for the turn. High. I do like how that lights, though, if I can use such a word. Oops, not what I was trying to do there.